Good morning, good morning, good morning. This morning on the huddle, we're going to be talking about YouTube keyword research, 10 tips you need to know in 2021 to take your YouTube channel to the next level. School is in session. Grab a pen and a pad. We're about to have the instructor break down what it's about ranking and getting keywords, researching, getting your videos where they need to be. So grab yourself a cup of coffee, huddle up, huddle up. If we can just get our intro, we ready? There we go. Huddle up. It's time for the huddle. Praise the Lord, everyone. Welcome to the huddle. I'm your host, Walter Strong. If you're new here and you want to grow on YouTube by finding your passion and purpose, we want to welcome you to the show. This morning, we have another dynamic guest on the huddle just for you, audience. And so let us introduce our guest this morning. Today's guest is a diverse technical and creative background, has a technical and creative background, entrepreneurship. He has built successfully offline and online. In addition to that, Dre, that he's known in the business world through business ventures, that he currently is a search marketing global lead at Workday and has 15 years of experience. Just recently, he was awarded the best international SEO at Bright Edge Share 19. This man is an SEO, search engine optimization, keyword research guru. And that's what the topic today is. YouTube keyword research tips for 2021. This morning on the huddle, we want to welcome the one, the only, Mr. Paul Andre de Vera. How you doing, sir?
What's up, Walter? How you doing today?
Man, I'm hyped. I only had one cup of coffee, man, but it seems like it's 10.
Oh, you saw mine. I had 2 of these. This is about 6 cups already.
Yes, sir. Tell our viewers about yourself and how you started your YouTube journey and channel, sir.
Of course. Okay, I actually just started YouTube about a little over a year ago. We were stuck at home. I felt like, okay, what can I do that can, not necessarily kill time, but also help me learn things. So I always wanted to start a podcast and a YouTube channel. So I was like, hey, why don't I just do both? So I did a video podcast. So I currently have a show called the SEO Video Show, which I launched back in July. And I was able to reach my first 1,000 subscribers within 6 months and 4,000 watch hours, all through SEO. And so today I'm hoping to share some keyword research tips for 2021 and beyond for YouTube.
Perfect, sir. Perfect. To the huddle community this morning, we want to welcome you to the huddle. Those of you who are watching the huddle for the first time, drop down in the chat section and let us know where you're watching us from. Paul, man, I did my homework on you. You don't just come as advertised. You the real deal from what just what people have telling us about you. And so let me throw this first question at you. We're talking about YouTube keyword research, 10 tips to grow in 21. What is a keyword? What is keyword phrases that is so important that we as content creators need to have in our videos?
All right, let me kind of like take it back a little bit, because keyword research is the first part of something called SEO, search engine optimization. As you can tell, I love SEO over here, and SEO, search engine optimization, is a way of naturally getting traffic from a search engine like Google. And the second largest search engine is YouTube. So search engine optimization is something that you can work on. It's a process of putting things together, doing a research, and making your videos or web pages rank higher, whether it's on Google and YouTube. And keyword research is a way to figure out what topics you should be writing for, or creating videos for, which research topics are actually getting the most traffic, so you can actually drive that much organic traffic to your pages, or even just to see what's trending, right? Because every month the keyword search volume changes, and you can also see like, okay, maybe I'll do a video on this one because you want to do some research. And this YouTube keyword research is something that's very, very simple, and there's tools out there that you can use, but the best way is to even just use like YouTube itself.
Gotcha. So I'm a new YouTuber, new to YouTube, and I'm hearing through some videos they're just saying, just make your first 100 crappy videos, just get started. But then there's another camp that says, not only make your crappy first 100 videos, but do some keyword research. But I need some tips with this. So let's get into the tips so we can kind of balance this out for the newbies in YouTube. The first tip you have is third-party tools. Break that down for us.
Our third-party tools are tools that use the YouTube API. So YouTube has an API where developers can connect their connector to and grab some of the data that YouTube provides. And there's a few of them out there. This includes like something like TubeBuddy, vidIQ, but coming from like a search engine optimization background, SEO background, there's other tools that you can actually use out there, like let's say kparser.com. That's one. And there's also, I believe, let me see, that was another one that I was thinking, like Hyperjust. Yeah, that was one. Hyperjust.com was another one. And there's a third one that I use, which I will talk about later for your audience to check out, because it's awesome. It's one of any YouTuber should actually have in their tool belt. But keyword research tools like third-party tools are great, but then again, it's only maybe just like one side of things, right? They're just grabbing the data, but you're not actually doing some of the research. They're not looking at maybe some of the competition and stuff like that. But yeah,
definitely. All right, we got some new people in the huddle this morning, so bear with me as we get the screen where it needs to be here. Who we got here? Boom. Okay, Mr. Brother Rollins, Lewis Rollins. Good morning, sir. Welcome to the huddle. We also got here.
What's up, Brother Rollins?
Another fellow Grow with Video person who was there with us with the Think Media and Shine Cannell team. All right, who else we got here? Brother Rodney, full circle. Welcome to the huddle this morning. We want to at least shout you out. All right, tip number 2. So third-party tools. What's the tool for beginners that they should, is it TubeBuddy? Is it vidIQ? Is it that one that we don't hear about? What's your go-to tool?
My go-to tool, I mean, right now, I still use TubeBuddy, right? I have it installed. I help promote the tool. But I mean, TubeBuddy or vidIQ will help any new YouTuber out. I mean, I totally suggest it because they're kind of aimed at the audience of YouTubers. But then again, like there's other tools out there that can go beyond that. And those are the tools that I kind of like will recommend like later on, since they'll be a little more advanced. But I'll give you my next tip, because the next tip is something where you use YouTube yourself. Just use YouTube, use the search feature of YouTube, right? Check this out. When you type things, you can type things in there, you get some suggested stuff, like suggested searches and for some keywords and stuff like that.
Right.
You type something and then it'll try to continue the keyword for you. Check this out. When you have your keyword, add a asterisk in between your words, and you'll see new keywords show up. So if you put it maybe before your keyword, in the middle of your keyword phrase, or even after, you'll see a totally different set of keywords that you can actually get ideas from, jot down, and possibly put it as your tags or within your body description or within your title.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Hey, if you are getting great value out of this discussion on how to get YouTube keyword research, 10 tips to rank in 2021. Drop down in the comment section and give us a hashtag value. Click the thumbs up by giving us the like. And if you're watching us on the replay, forgive me, my replay viewers. We always want to show you some love because you're always there for us. So give us a hashtag replay. And so our next tip, Dre, like you said, the YouTube keyword for YouTube search. And then also you're also talking about looking at keywords that are ranking in your channel. Why is that important?
All right. So one of the main things in SEO is called authority. Like there's a domain authority, page authority, and in YouTube, it's channel authority. And with channel authority, you're able to Google's already, or not Google, well, YouTube, the algorithm is already understanding what your channel is an authority about. And so if you see the keywords that they're actually kind of showing your videos up that you weren't actually aiming for, those are some discoverable keywords that you found on your own. That's your first party data that Google sees you as an authority on. So ride with it. You'll get more of those. If you put more videos on those keywords that's showing for you, that would make your channel even of higher authority, rank for more keywords. And YouTube loves that because they love the clustering, the topic clusters, the topical relevance of things. You want the topical relevance of your videos. That's why you wouldn't create a dog channel and throw cats in there, right? I mean, it's something you want to keep it on topic, and Google or your well, Google owns YouTube. So if I interchange it, if I say Google, right, I mean YouTube. So if YouTube says it and says showing your videos for these keywords that you didn't rank for, but showing up in your analytics, go for those. Ride with those.
Hey, he just dropped a power tip. So it's important for all new and existing YouTube creators, especially if you're starting out in the first 6 months. You got some videos under your belt, and you're starting to see those clues there. Jump on them, because that's what it's going to help you to be able to get more views. That's what's going to help you to be able to grow your channel. And Paul, and I apologize, I didn't throw this question in our segment, but when you're trying to find your niche, how important is keyword research in terms of helping a new YouTuber be able to find their niche versus just kind of throwing random content at the wall, just hoping someone will click on it?
Yeah, first of all, your finding niche has to be your passion, right? Because if you create stuff that you're not passionate about, your videos will show. It's going to show you, like, if you want to do tech reviews and you're not a techie and you're just doing just for the views or trying to get that, it's not going to work in your favor, right? So do keyword research on your passion. If you like gardening, gardening, look up like gardening keywords and see what shows up on the topics in there, and then find topics under gardening, because gardening is very broad, but you can niche down that way. So find your passion and then find your keyword through your passion. So search your passion in the search, and you'll find some great topics.
Perfect. I need you to hit the applause button, because we're going to recognize greatness who just came in on the screen. Miss Eileen Smith on the huddle. See, we got the SEO expert, YouTube entrepreneur, and we got Eileen Smith. The huddle is rocking and rolling this week.
Yeah. You got it, Walter. You're bringing him out.
Have greatness come on the show just for you. It's not just for me, but for the viewers. The huddle's the place where you need to be. Let's talk about Google Trends as another tip. Yeah. Why is that important, Dre?
Google Trends is another first-party tool from Google itself and YouTube, because when you have third-party tools, you're only getting third-party data, but you want first-party data. First-party data is like something from Google Trends, and it's not just looking at Google Trends itself. They actually have a drop-down where you can actually pick YouTube, right? So you're gonna they'll pull in YouTube data for your Google Trends, and then you can play with the dates, right? You can see how things are first, and it's like one of those things where you can go ahead and create videos right before you see something popping, and then you can maybe see like a trend going up, do some videos on that and do some research on that. And maybe those can just be some topics as well, because they have related searches in Google Trends as well. So you can see how other types of content you can create around your own topic and create that more topical relevance I was talking about.
Man, another power tip that we as new YouTube creators, and I keep going back to because I'm still in the game. I've been on it now for about 2018, but it clicked for me, Dre, just this year, it seemed like this pandemic made us all kind of sit down and say, okay, if you really want to do this, you got to go to school. You got to pick up the pen and the paper and say, if I want to do this, I got to learn what YouTube is all about. So another power tip. Tip
Yeah.
number 7, understanding the entities. Break that down for our viewers this morning on the huddle.
All right, guys. So this is getting a little more advanced. All right. Again, it's all about using first-party data. If you didn't know this, you can connect your YouTube channel to your Google Ads account, right? So make sure, if you haven't done that yet, it's free. You don't have to spend money to get a Google Ads account. Just create your Google Ads account, connect your channel. There's some, you can find probably tutorials on there, but on how to connect it, but connect the channel so Google can understand, like let's say if you did want to advertise, Google shows you like what people are also watching. Like, oh, I feel like your video will do well in these areas because people are actually, like in my case, I see like, oh, people like web design actually watch your videos, so I'm like, oh, I didn't know that, right? Because I thought it was just content marketers. So these are something where Google Ads will show you your audience where you can create content for. So knowing your audience will help you create your create content that your audience will resonate with, and you can find the keywords that and do more keyword research in that way.
Man, if you're getting, if you're not getting great value out of this, I know I'm getting great value. So when I get to watch the replay, I'm going to probably hit replay hashtag 7 times. But if you're getting value out of this discussion, give me a hashtag value in the chat and even in the comments. Tip number 8, other places where you can be able to do YouTube keyword research and get and to rank in 2021.
Yes. More YouTube keyword research tips here is where you can actually go to like other popular websites, right? People that were asking questions. This is places like reddit.com or quora.com. Check this out. If they also go search your topic, your keyword in their search feature, the search bar, and you'll see a bunch of topics pop up. Organize it by the top trending ones or organize it by the most upvotes, and then you'll get the most popular keywords that people are talking about in your niche. And then, to even take it further, there's another website called explodingtopics.com. It's a free, they have a free service and they have a paid service, but that kind of takes out the guesswork for you. But there's no fun if you don't want to do that research. It's kind of like a treasure hunt, right? That's the whole thing about the keyword research is that treasure hunt. It's the act of finding it. But hey, if you don't have time, you can use you can pay for some tools like explodingtopics.com.
And that's a great tip you just hit. The perspective of how you see research, because as I kind of look back on myself when I used to do research in school, it was like, I got to do all this research so that way, can't the professor just take my answer and forget about all the research and just give me my A+ and just move on. But you're saying, look at research like a treasure hunt, something that's exciting, just like we used to research. And, those of you who are into Easter and want to look for those Easter eggs and money, research, look for stuff. That perspective is so much. Why do you think, especially for us, a lot of adults don't view keyword research in a fun and an exciting way?
Well, I think keyword research is really fun. Again, I take it like finding that treasure, because if I find something that has that volume, right? It's like if you look for a keyword and you like no one has it, it says low competition and like thousands of searches, and you just found gold, right? Because like, oh, no one created content around this, and you found it, right? No tool helps you, but you can use combination tools, but whatever it is, like you can't find gold without a shovel or axe, right? You got so you need to have some of your tools help you find it. But when you do find it, it's like finding gold, finding thousands of searches with something with low competition. Then all you do is just take action and create that video.
Man, there it is. We got to have the right perspective, even when we're doing this, and it seems like our axe and our shovel is the passion and the clarity that we have for our channel. Because if we don't have the passion and clarity, and we just got a dull axe and a dull shovel, it seems like it's just going to be hard work. It's just going to be drudgery, and we're going to miss the value of doing the research. Wow, that's powerful. That's powerful. Tip number 9: finding keywords from titles and descriptions.
Oh, yeah. Okay. This is getting even more advanced, guys. All right. So, this is something where you want to look at something called like keyword co-occurrence. Keyword co-occurrence is finding keywords that occur with your keywords that you do keyword research for. So, this
Mm-hmm.
is something where you can, I'm pretty sure there's some tools there that can scrape certain things, or what you can do is, just copy and paste like the top 10 videos, the titles and the descriptions, copy all that within like a text document, run it something through called something called an ngram analyzer. I'm pretty sure I'll put a link. I'll give you the link to so you can link to out to everyone. But something called ngrams. Ngrams help you find co-occurring words within a certain place. So you can say like, okay, how many times a certain word showed up during this bunch of text, right? So you know that this text came from your keyword research, but you'll discover new keywords like, oh, people are actually talking about this as well during or mentioning this during this topic. So something called co-occurrence, ngram analyzer, that's some next level stuff. This will set you apart from anyone else, and you're getting it first here on Walter's show.
Hey, nothing but the best. Sweet caviar. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Tip number 10. If you made it all the way through this live stream to tip number 10, that means you are a person who seriously wants to be able to get more views and grow your channel. Paul, tip number 10, keywords everywhere in ultimate YouTube research. Ultimate YouTube research.
All right. So my tool that I use keyword research on just SEO in general is something called Keywords Everywhere, keywordsEverywhere.com. This is a tool I was kind of mentioning earlier, where it has a free tool. There's a free version of it, but even the paid version is really, really inexpensive. And you pay by credits. So you only pay what you use. And what the thing is it's a Chrome extension. So you add it to your Chrome, and when you just go on, when you go to like YouTube or even Google, it'll show you like the search volume, like right next to it, and like all the engagement rates and all these other like related keywords I was just talking about, like those co-occurring keywords and stuff like that, all in there. It brings it in. It takes TubeBuddy and vidIQ to another level, right? I feel this is something. It's a tool made by SEOs. For SEOs. So, I mean, if they were making it for us SEOs, I mean, with it applying it to the YouTube algorithm, the YouTube search, this is something that you should definitely check out. This is something I use every day. I pay for the credits. I mean, I paid like $10 for like 100,000 credits. I last for such a long time. So very, very inexpensive, and something that I feel you should definitely check out. And even if it's just a free version, just install it onto your computer. You'll be surprised of all the data it pulls while you're just doing search, even on Google. Because, like I kind of mentioned, like how you can use Google itself to do some keyword research.
Man, that is tremendous. Those are some tremendous tools to have when you're growing as a new and YouTube creator. And Paul, man, these are some. Let's just recap these 10 tips here for those of you who are joining us a little late. We're talking about YouTube keyword research, 10 tips in 2021. So tip number 1 was tell our viewers, look at that. I'm all over the place. There we go. Third-party tools. Third-party tools. And tip number 2, he highlighted, his favorite tool that he is found success with. And tip number 3, using YouTube search bar and inserting, the words that you want to research. Tip number 4, look at the keywords on your channel. Wow. I need to go back and maybe look at my top 10 videos that on my YouTube analytics, and there's gold there. There's gold there. Tip number 5, and I don't know why my printer went haywire on me. It got here YouTube. What was tip number 5 here?
We want to do Google Trends.
Google Trends. There we go. Yep. Google Trends. And then we went to tip number 6, using youtube.com for keywords so that can help us. Tip number 7, understanding the entities like Google Ads and various other things that can help us with keyword research, other places to look for trends and topics. And tip number 8. Tip number 9, finding the keywords from titles and descriptions. And then tip number 10, keywords everywhere, the ultimate YouTube research tool. There you have it. They will be in the description section for all of you who will be watching the replay, because school is in session this morning. So I know we threw a lot at you, but we wanted to give you some real good information to help you grow your channel. Paul, my last question for you, which we ask all our guests, what are 3 things you wish you knew before you started YouTube?
3 things I wish I knew before I started YouTube. All right. So I always wanted to make sure when promoting the channel, I mean, I do traditional marketing things, but when you overdo it, you kind of will get like, just banned or whatever like that. But I was going comment heavy on other people's channels, linking to my channel. If I knew that was like I was going to get dinged for that one, I would have definitely not have done that. And then more of an approach where I was just like, okay, maybe I should conversate more and then in comments and on videos and just talk a little more on there. And so I kind of learned the hard way. So like I started seeing my comments and stop showing up on other people's videos. So be sure you guys don't do that. Don't spam other people's comments, or your comments will start get ghosted. Second thing on YouTube is basically maybe starting earlier than before, because before I had it on my vision board, and like how I mentioned, like I only started the channel just because I had this free time or whatever, like, or stuck at home, because we had to work from home. The sooner you start, the better. If you want to get into this game, I mean, I'm having a lot of fun. YouTube is something that I'm very passionate about. I mean, I'm starting my second channel, so this is SEO is my first channel, which I was able to launch, within, just this past year, and I'm applying all the learnings I did to this new channel, right? So, basically, again, it's like, and then the third thing I wish I knew is basically just being able to, meet other people and go to more shows, like this whole how we met, right? We went to Grow with Video Live, right? I bet you if I just went to one of those things earlier as well, like it would have been more motivation, more accountability, and something that I was, could have gotten my channel up maybe a lot sooner. Maybe like even I'm talking about maybe like 5-10 years ago, because my personal channel, if you look it up, I believe it was like registered in 2003 or 2000 around there. So it's like that was my personal channel, but so I set that up a long time ago, but never did anything with it. And so that's something I'm going to revive October 1st. So that's something I hope you all check out.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna let the Huddle community know October 1st for the re-debut.
Oh yeah,
of this channel. Where everything is in the description section, but where can our viewers get more information if they need help with coaching and consulting with keyword research and SEO? Where can they find you?
You can email me at dre@seo.video, but I'm on LinkedIn a lot as well. So that I do, that's my place of business. You go to linkedin.com/in/Paul Andre. So my username there is Paul Andre. So check it out on LinkedIn.
Perfect. And we got all of his other links there. So if you want to be able to get more views and grow your channel, it's time to be able to embrace keyword research and put in the work. I'm just not doing it, and I'm starting just to see the growth already and just the work that I put in with keyword research and YouTube analytics. They seem like they both work together. You put those two together, you got an instant success for growth. So Dre, thank you so much, man. We're humbled and honored to have you on the Huddle. And those of you who have been watching us this morning, the YouTube Huddle community, we want to thank you for watching this morning. We pray that you have truly gotten one tip that you're going to run with. And so question of the day we have for you is, how much time are you putting in doing keyword research for your videos and your channel? Drop down in the comment section and give us your feedback to this cute question of the day. And I know you've gotten value out of it, but as always, we ask you to just click the thumbs up button if you've gotten value out of this. And if you're watching us for the first time and you want to grow your passion and purpose on YouTube, then we want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel. Well, that's it for this edition of the Huddle. Again, Dre, if we can get that applause button for you being on the show this morning. This is the man. And if the schedule permits, Paul, in the coming weeks and months, we would love to have you back on for part 2, because I know we just scratched the surface on this whole thing. So we would love to have you again. So we're going to get on out of here. Again, to Eileen, to my man Lewis, and to the Huddle community, to all the new YouTube subscribers in the last 7 days, we want to welcome you to the Huddle community. And as we get out of here, we always say, many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that will prevail in your life. Make a quality decision today and let God's purpose prevail in your life. We'll see you next Saturday.